Hey guys, it's Jake, and in today's video I'm going to be going over a Druid leveling build. Anyone that's played a Druid before knows that leveling this class kinda sucks, but with this build I've been having a bit of fun with it. So we'll just get right into that in a moment. Before we get started with this video, I actually wanted to share with you guys that we actually started the community Discord for this channel. It's mostly going to be focused around Diablo for now, as that's what we're posting, and what you can do in here is just kind of hang out with people. You can get people to play with, you can ask questions, and whether you're a hardcore or softcore player, you can definitely join this Discord and have some fun. The link is going to be in the description, and I hope to see some of you guys there. Alright, so going into this build, this is the build that I've been having the most fun leveling with, and let's just get right into this. So starting off with our basic attack, we're going to go with Storm Strike, and then we're also going to get Enhanced Storm Strike and Fierce Storm Strike. After you get this, all you have to worry about in the basic skills. This is just going to help us get some of our spirit back. It's kind of all it's really used for, to be honest, and then we go to our core skills. So for the core skills, the one that I use here is Landslide. We're going to max it out 5 out of 5. We're going to get Enhanced Landslide, and we're going to get Primal Landslide. Again, that's all you really need out of this section, and you can just go straight down. And then down here, this is going to be our main defensive. We're going to get Earthen Bulwark, I don't know, I can't pronounce words apparently. But you get that, and then you get Enhanced, and then you get Preserving. This is just going to help keep us alive, it's going to fortify and all that stuff. Just a nice defensive ability. Moving on is where we're going to get most of our other abilities. It's going to be our companion skills. We're going to get Wolves. This is going to help with single target damage a lot, so we're going to 5 out of 5 it, and then we're going to get Enhanced Wolves again. This just helps with single target damage. And then down here, Poison Creeper. This is going to be our CC. And it's going to also poison the enemies. So we want this 5 out of 5, and then we want Enhanced Poison Creeper and Ferocious Poison Creeper. So our next ability here is going to be Ravens. So you get this 1 out of 5, you get Enhanced Ravens 1 out of 5, and for some reason it has Brutal Ravens here, but I actually prefer Ferocious Ravens just for the vulnerability for 3 seconds. So I do Ferocious Ravens, but it's kind of up to you. And then the last thing over here is going to be our passive. It's going to be Call of the Wild. We're going to want a 3 out of 3 this, and this is just going to help our companion skills do a bunch of extra damage. Moving on down here, we have 3 out of 3 for Crushing Earth, 3 out of 3 for Safeguard, and 3 out of 3 for Stone Guard. So I believe these two are just going to help with your defensive whenever you cast it. It's going to help give you some buffs to your defensive, and this one is going to help with your core skill, the Landslide. So just grab those for some extra damage and some extra, well, yeah, extra damage. And then down here we get Neurotoxin, which is going to slow enemies that are poisoned, which is going to go well with our Poison Creeper. And then down here we get Envenom, again, going to help give us some extra damage to poisoned enemies. So be sure to grab that. Going down here as we get towards the bottom, we get 3 out of 3 for Defiance, 3 out of 3 for Natural Disaster, 3 out of 3 for Resonance, and 3 out of 3 for Circle of Life. Again, these are just going to help us do some extra damage as well as a little bit of healing. And then lastly for our ultimate, we get Ursine Strength, and this one, I don't believe the Wereborn form helps you at all, because I don't think any of these abilities turn you into a werebear, unless I'm blanking right now, but I don't think they do. But the thing that it does help you with is while you're healthy, you deal 30% extra damage, so I think that's valuable. And with that done, that's pretty much it for the actual skill tree. So I guess we can go into these aspects now. So for these aspects, what you're going to want to be grabbing to help you with this build is Aspect of Mending Stone, which is going to increase the duration of your defensive, which is Earthen Bulwark, and it will help you a lot with that. The next one you're going to want to grab is Ballistic Aspect, and this one, like the other one, is just going to help with your defensive ability. So when you're fortified, your Earth skills gain 2 extra ranks, which is also going to help your damage a little bit. And yeah, that's why those are important. Over here we have Shepherd's Amulet, and what you get out of this is your core skills are going to deal an additional bit of damage for each active companion that you have. So I believe by default you have 2 wolves, and yeah. Moving on, we have Aspect of Umbral, and this one is just going to restore some of your primary resource whenever you crowd control an enemy, which is going to be a lot when you have that poison ability, so definitely something you want to run if you want to be generating as much spirit as possible. And then lastly, we have Crashstone Aspect, and this one is going to have your Earth skills deal 40%, or well, 30 to 40% more critical strike damage to crowd controlled enemies. Again, you're going to be crowd controlling a lot with the poison ability, so definitely something you want to grab if you want to get the most out of this build. Lastly, for our gems here, we have Emerald for our weapons for the critical strike damage to vulnerable enemies. We have Sapphire for the armor, for the damage resistance, and then we have Skulls for the jewelry, for the extra armor. So that's what you run for those for your empty sockets. And then down here we have our Spirit Boons. So you get this after you do a Stronghold at level 15. I believe it will mark it on your map. I forget off the top of my head what it's called. I think it's like Tulsa or something like that. Anyways, it will be on the map once you're about level 15. You just go and do that and you will get a quest line to get the Spirit Boons. So for the deer here, what we're going to want to grab is Wariness, and this is going to allow you to take 10% reduced damage from elites, so definitely something to grab. Eagle, you're going to want to grab 2 here, the last 2. You want to get swooping attacks for the attack speed buff, and you want to get Avian Wrath for the critical strike damage buff. Wolf and Snake, you're just going to take the first one for both of these. So Pack Leader, which is going to give you a chance to reset your cooldown on your companion skills for every critical strike. And Obsidian Slam is going to allow your next Earth skill to overpower after 20 kills. And with those Spirit Boons covered, that should be the end of this build here. Once you get to level 50, you're obviously going to want to transition to an endgame build, but for this, it definitely does you well to level 50. The Druid is kind of slow for leveling, like no matter what you do. I've tried a few different builds and it was pretty slow either way. I really don't like this build for leveling, but I've been having a bit more fun with this build, so use it if you like. I have no idea if it's like the best, most meta build, but like I said, it's one I'm having the most fun with. Leave a comment down below what you think of this, and I will see you guys in the next video.